A new study has some parents wondering about the food they've been feeding their babies. Consumer Reports tested 50 packaged food items found in stores nationwide, and that includes Gerber, Beech Nut, and Earth's Best. The study said every item, even organic ones, had measurable levels of a heavy metal, including lead, cadmium, or inorganic arsenic. The study said 2/3 of the products tested had worrisome levels. Heavy metals are of particular health concern for babies. So joining us now is Carmen Balber from the Consumer Watchdog. And Carmen, tell us what the main concern is here, these heavy metals in these products. How dangerous is it to a baby?
Well, heavy metals are dangerous to every American, but they're particularly dangerous for children because they're younger, because they're still developing, and because they're much smaller than we are. So heavy metals pose a risk to anyone who eats them in their food, but particularly to children, which is why this study is so concerning.
Now, the FDA says it's important to understand that some contaminants, such as heavy metals like lead or arsenic, are in the environment and can't simply be removed from food. So what do you say when the FDA points this out?
Well, the real concern is those foods where there are heavier concentrations. And if you look at the study, they found that rice-based or sweet potato products, foods that were based on those two foods, had much higher heavy metal contents. So parents can seek to avoid those. Parents can seek to feed their children with more whole foods when they can, because those have lower lead levels. And the FDA needs to start setting enforceable standards, so particularly baby foods don't have these high concentrations that could, if you eat them over time, cause serious health risks.
So let's talk about this sweet potato connection here. So some of the examples that brought some of this concern: Beech Nut Classics sweet potatoes, Earth's Best organic sweet potatoes, and Gerber turkey and rice. Now, if you purchased sweet potato at the grocery store separately and included it in your baby food, should you be concerned for this as well?
There are lower levels in some potatoes depending on where they're grown. So really, it's a question of parents doing a little bit of research, but no one who has these products on their shelves needs to rush their kid to the hospital. What they need to think about is reducing the amount of those foods that they feed their children, so this accumulation of heavy metals doesn't happen over time.
And to be clear, some of these big companies, Sprout, Gerber, Beech Nut, Baby Mum, they're all saying that it supports the guidelines set forth by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Some did note that the heavy metals can be found naturally occurring here. So what the real message you're trying to get out here today is, if you have baby food, you purchase baby food that has sweet potato, that has rice, just to be aware of this and to be aware of how much you're giving your baby.
Absolutely. I think parents should know that simply because it's on the shelf doesn't mean it's been tested and doesn't mean it's 100% safe. So do a little research, be cautious with those foods that have a higher concentration, and go from there.
All right, Carmen Balber from ConsumerWatchdog.org. Thank you so much for your insight into this new study, this new revelation here by the FDA. Now, if you want to look through the study and see which products were tested, we posted it on our website, KTVU.com. Just click under the